Hi, I'm Glenn, Dave's behind the camera. Welcome to another episode of NC Beer Guys, NC Beer Buzz. For the second time ever, I'm on a scissor jack. If you are a follower of ours, you'll remember the first time I was on one, I didn't like it very much. We're going to see how this one goes today. We are inside the Cookery on West Chapel Hill Street in Durham with Keil Jansen. I got it right that time. And the Ponysaurus Brewing crowd. And first, how did we come to be Ponysaurus Brewing Company?
Well, the name is kind of a result of me putting together two different ideas. I was having a hard time deciding whether I wanted to theme the brewery after kind of two of my most favorite kind of magical animals, either ponies or dinosaurs.
Okay.
And a friend of mine,
unicorns?
No, definitely not. A very different, a whole different scene.
Okay.
And a friend of mine suggested to me that I did not have to choose between the two of them. And the name Ponysaurus.
So we did a hybrid.
Yes, exactly.
Great. To set the scene a little bit, we are, as I said, inside the Cookery, and we're going to ride the jack up to, this is the brewery. And as you'll see around the space, this is an event space for food service events, contract out space. The Cookery's existed for some time. And we're just on the verge now of getting ready to open the Ponysaurus operations. And we're going to try some brew a little later, but let's ride up and see what it's all about.
All right, hold on.
Can you talk and drive at the same time?
I'm not sure it's advisable, but I'll give it my best.
Let's try. Tell us about your background, how you came to be interested in craft beer.
Well, I have been homebrewing for about 5 years, and you know, a lot of homebrewers think that opening a brewery would be kind of a neat idea, but for a long time I've been thinking about whether or not I wanted to embark in the adventure of a full-size brewery. I mean, taking on like a full production brewery, and that was never interesting to me. But through my conversations with Nick, we kind of came up with a way of doing this on a little bit of a smaller scale, where kind of the logistical and the financial commitments are of a completely different scale, I think, than a full production brewery. And so that was a more interesting idea to me, and so that's what we've gone ahead with.
Sounds great. So we're going to take a look inside the operations.
So we've entered into the actual brewing operations. Here we're in about a 200 square feet operation up above the Cookery. And Kyle's got all kinds of brand new equipment. It's still in the shrink wrap.
Yep.
So we're kind of excited, and it's a little compact up here, but it's neat as it can be. So show us around what we got going here and how's it going to work up here.
Well, we have 6 two-barrel tanks. These are from Germany. They have these guys, the Speidel, have been supplying craft breweries or brew pubs in Europe for a long time, and they just started exporting to this country in the last year.
Okay.
They are jacketed and have tri-clamp fittings on them. And we also have a 3-barrel bright tank, so all the carbonating will be done in here. Again, these are jacketed, so we'll be crashing and clearing in there, and then transferring to here to carbonate. And then if you can see back here in the corner, these are the plumbing connections that run all the way back to the kitchen.
All right.
So we're actually going to be cooking in there. We'll be boiling in there.
Oh, the water will come from the from the kitchen.
Yes, and they've got that's where all the gas and the ventilation and the floor drains are. Again, and one reason we're coming in here was a lot easier.
I was going to get to the floor drains. That was the question I was figuring out.
Already in place back in the kitchen.
Okay.
So that it'll be pumped up to here. If we can get if you take a look out the window, you can actually see the copper pipes running along the wall. That's the water pipes, and then a drain pipe and hot and cold water for the sink. So again, this is installed before the brewery was in here, but back when we were kind of incubating the idea.
And thinking forward about what may be one day a part of the operation.
Yep. So then we put in the curb here and the pan.
For overflow drainage and messes, you still have some accommodation for the wetness and the moisture.
There will be wetness and there will be a mess. And then we got fans in here as well, so that they're venting actually straight to the outside. So and they've got actually CO2 sensors built into them.
Okay.
Because if we're fermenting 3 or 4 batches at the same time, and this is a small room, you could get pretty full of CO2 very quickly. So this is all vented up for that.
Okay, we've seen the production capacity. What are you thinking about how much beer we're going to put out initially? What are we thinking?
Our numbers right now say probably between 250 and 300 barrels a year.
Okay.
Which
Local distribution only.
yeah, Durham mostly, and triangle wide with on special occasions.
Okay. And no taproom facility to drink the product on
We
site.
do not have a tap room right now. These guys have their own thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
we'll
it's
certainly have some nights.
strictly a production brewery for local distribution. Tap on tap
Yep.
around.
And we'll be doing bottles as well. We'll be doing
Okay.
We'll be doing 22-ounce bottles.
Where? How are you going to do the bottling operation?
Well, if you are in, well, how do I fill the bottles?
How are you going to do the bottling? You going to do the bottling here?
Yep, we bottle right here on site.
That's what I mean. Right.
Yeah, and then for sale, again, we're not announcing quite yet, but if you know where bottles are for sale in Durham, you probably have a couple of guesses.
Yes. Okay. Great. So, what will we come to know as the flagships, or will there be flagships?
Well, it's not going to be a really flagship-oriented kind of brewery. I mean, we've got 8 beers ready to go right now. You'll be trying 6 of them today.
Okay.
All 8 will be at our party on Monday, and they will all be in some kind of rotation. Some of them I think are going to be fairly seasonal. I mean, probably not going to be running a lot of batches of Imperial Stout in May and June and July.
Right.
But we're going to start with 8, and then we'll go from there.
And we'll see how they go, frankly, and just
we'll see
go
what
from there.
we'll see what sticks.
Good. What do you think will be the most unique of the 8 to get initially?
Well, I'm brewing a beer to guard, which is a style that I don't see around a lot, and I'm kind of surprised by it. Saisons have become really popular, and
sours.
And a beer to guard I think is just as accessible as a saison. I mean, more accessible than a lot of sour beer, I think. So that's one that I'm really excited about. I'm also doing a saison with figs.
Okay.
It's a fruit infused saison, and then another Belgian kind of dark strong ale. So it's kind of split right down the middle, half Belgian kind of French styles and half American styles.
Oh, that's great. That's good. Anything else I've not got you to say that you want to put on record here? Now we're on West Chapel Hill Street, but that doesn't matter much because we're not going to be drawing people into the facility.
Nope, we're not going to be doing that. Right
So
now.
they just need to be look out for the Ponysaurus brand.
Yep.
And we're going to be advertising it and putting the brand out
Absolutely.
soon.
Yes.
We're not going to actually say what time and when because we don't know now. It's a little uncertain.
We've got our license, and we're right now just trying to coordinate everybody so that we can all have everybody here for a big party.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Well, we really appreciate you showing us the facilities today, and we look forward to being back, and we look forward to being off camera and sampling a few beers here in a little bit. And we wish you the best of luck. And until next time, this is the NC Beer Guys, another episode of the NC Beer Buzz. Remember, drink local, keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.